Kadosh, good morning. This Masechet Yoma Daf 45a1. We're just going to start though on the two dots on Mem Daled Amud Bet. It's 4 lines up where it says Bechol Yom Haya Zahava Yarok. Every single day the Zahav, right, was Yarok, was a yellowish gold. Okay, this is talking about from the shovels. Amar of Chasta says of Chasta, Shiva Zahavim. There are 7 types of gold. Zahav, which is stam gold, Zahav Tov, Zahav a good gold, Zahav Ofir, Zahav Mupaz, which is Mavhik, Zahav Shachut, Zahav Sagur, Zahav Parvain, which means that there's different types of gold. So these are many different types of gold which they have. Okay? Now it says really like this. Zahav is Zahav Tov, Tichtivu Zahav Haaretz Tov. Okay, that's how you know that there's Zahav and Zahav Tov. Zahav Ofir, which comes from the land of Ofir. Zahav Mupaz, right? Why is it called Zahav Mupaz? Memea Mudalef, Shedome lepaz. That's why they say Paz is gold, right? It shines, it radiates, right? That's why when you say the word Paz, Ram Yusadi Malad Nefaz. Faz or Paz is gold. Zahav Shachut, Shenitva Kechut. It's so soft that you can make it like into threads. Zahav Sagur, Besha Sheniftach Kol HaChaniyot Niskarot. It's when you're going to open up, right? When you open up all the stores, right? It says over here, so that's when you close it, which means that nobody wants to buy gold after the time when they have this gold. Okay? V'zahav parvaim shedome ledam parim. So it's compared to the blood of the parim. What does this mean? Sounds like a reddish one. Okay, fine. So now the Gemara says like this. Ravashi comes and he's going to say, Chamishahen, there's only 5 types of gold. And each one has Zahav and Zahav Tov in those 5. We also learned to write every single day the Zahav, the gold was like a yellowish, greenish gold. And today it was like a reddish gold. That's why since it was like a reddish gold, that's why it was compared to like the blood of the bulls. So you know there's many different types of gold. So it's like more of a reddish gold. It's not a yellowish gold.
They were not confusing the bronze and stuff like that?
No. Everything was 100% gold. Yeah? You even have it until today.
Yeah, rose gold.
Yeah, rose gold. So that's the reddish gold.
Okay.
The rose gold is the, yeah, and then you have the real yellowish gold. In a sense, you have all the different types of the gold. Okay? Bechol Yom, on every single day, they used to bring the pras shachrit, and every single day they used to bring a daka. And today was daka mina daka. So they used to bring it fine, and today was very, very extra fine. So now it says like this. Tanu Rabbanan, we learned on the Braita. Daka, what is matamulaman? Alok kvar ne'emar, it was already written, Shachta mimena dek. Ela lavi daka mina daka. It was very, very fine. Okay? Fine. Bechol yom, on every single day, Kohanim olim mimizracho shel kevesh. The Kohanim used to go up to the east of the ram. Te'amar more says, Kol pinot shata poneh lo yu ela derech yamin. Right? Lemizrach, which means that every single time that you're going to turn, it's always going to be to the mizrach, to the east. Vayom ole be'emtza v'yored be'emtza. And today, it's going up in the middle, and going down in the middle. So my ta'ama, what's the reasoning of the shinui? Mishum kivodot, the kohen gadol. Sorry. Which means because of the kohen gadol, the chashivut, the kavod that we give him, today he goes up in the middle of the mizbeach. Usually they always had to go up on the right, meaning that it was very misudan with the midrash. It couldn't be that everyone was going in the same direction. If not, it becomes chaos. So always the kohanim were going up always on the right, and the other kohanim were always going down on the left. Meaning you knew that. It means you couldn't go up on the left, right? Because that's where everyone was going down. So you had to go up on the right. So they used to go up on the right, turn to the right, go all the way around, and then come back down on the left. Kavod the kohen gadol, straight up in the middle. Yeah. Okay, bechol yom, on every single day, kohen gadol mekadesh yadav v'raglav min hakiyor. He used to wash his hands and feet from the kiyor, and today from a kiton shel zahav, from like a golden vessel. My tama, what's the reasoning? Because of kavodo shel kohen gadol. Bechol yom hayu sham arba manachot. Every single day there was like 4 different manachot, and today there were 5 manachot. There were 5 different types of fires. Meaning every single day there were usually like 4 types of fires. Today there's going to be 5. So Tanu Rabbanan, we learned in a Braita. Yeah, bechol yom hayu shtayim manachot vayom shalosh. Every single day there used to be 2 manachot, and today there's 3. One of them was the manacha gdola, and one of them was manacha shnia sheketoret. Achat shemosifin lebo bayom. But today we add on an extra one. These are the words of Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yosef Omer, no, every single day there used to be 3, right? 3 manachot, and today there's 4. One manacha gdola, manacha shnia sheketoret, one of kiyum ha'esh, and one masifin lebo bayom. One they add in for bo bayom. Rabbi Meir says, Bechol Yom Arba, every single day there were 4 marachot, 4 different types of fires, and today there were 5. One of maracha gdola, maracha sheyesh gedolet, one of the fire, and one of evarim updarim, which is basically where they used to use for the limbs, sheloni taklu, which they were not going to be consumed mibaerev in the nighttime. V'achat shemosifim bo bayom, another one that they're going to add in for today, for Kippur. But according to everybody, minimum there was 2. How do we know there were 2 types of fires there? Menalan. It says in the pasuk, that's a big fire. The smaller one of the ketoret. For Rabbi Yosef, and according to Rabbi Yosef, how do we know that we're going to add an extra one? So he says, Nafkale, they learn it from the pasuk, so learn there's a third one, which is basically to maintain the fire. So that means there's going to be always one going. For Rabbi Yehuda, and according to Rabbi Yehuda, he says, no, that's just in order to come and to put the small little tiny woods in the morning. The Tanya was willing to write that Rabbi Yehuda used to say, how do we know that it's going to be at the top of the Mizbeach? Amar Rabbi Yosef, says Rabbi Yosef, how do we know that you're going to have the manacha to kiyum ha'esh? Rabbi Yosef, and according to Rabbi Yosef, how do we know that you're going to come and you're going to have these little tiny pieces of wood that they're going to be burnt in the morning? So he says, the same place of Shimon. The time was learned on the right. That means even the putting of the little tiny pieces of wood has to be done with a kohen kasher and with kli sharet. If the kohen has any type of a defect, well, nothing. It has to be kohen kasher and kli sharet. These are the words of Rabbi Yehuda. Amalo Rabbi Shimon, says Rabbi Shimon, what do you think, that a stranger is going to go up to the Mizbeach? Meaning, obviously, it has to be a kohen kasher. Nobody else could go to the Mizbeach. Remember that us, as Yisraelim, we weren't allowed to go to the Mizbeach. The Mizbeach was further in. We could have been watching from the outside, but it was Azarat Yisrael, and then there was Azarat Kohanim. So I could be in the Azarat Yisrael watching, but it's only the Azarat Kohanim. Only the Kohanim could go there. At the top of the fire of the Mizbeach. Rabbi Yehuda says, if it's going to be from over there, I would have thought to say, you could be on the ground and you're lighting it with a mapucha on the top, like with like one of these long sticks or whatever it is, and you're putting it on top, but I'm on the ground. So kamashmana, no, you have to be on the top of the Mizbeach. That means even though you cannot go up to the Mizbeach, right? That means basically I don't have to be on the top of the Mizbeach, but even if I'm going to be on the bottom and I'm not going to the top of the Mizbeach, it's supposed to be a Kohen. It cannot be a regular Jew with a long stick and he's putting it on top. Okay? Rabbi Meir, and according to Rabbi Meir, how do we know that any types of limbs and fats that they didn't disintegrate from the night before, how do we know that they have their own special type of a fire? Right? From the fire. Ve, and the vav. So the Rabbanan, they didn't make a drasha on the vav. Okay? That means they didn't make the drasha that because of this extra vav, now you're going to have an extra fire. For Rabbanan, and according to the rabbis, what are you going to do with this? So you're going to go back and you're going to put it back to the Maracha Gedolah. The time was learned to the right. Right? 45b. Right? How do we know that you're going to put it in the Mizbeach? And if you can, then you're going to put them even on the Kevesh or on the Sover until the Maracha Gedolah, and then you're going to put them on the Maracha Gedolah. Which means that afterwards you always put on Maracha Gedolah. Remember, the Maracha Gedolah was a big fire. And there was a smaller one for the Ketoret. So there's a big one and the small one. The Ketoret, it was done every single day on the outer one. But sometimes it was a Ketoret which was done on the inside, right? The inner Ketoret. That's what's called Mizbacha Ketoret.
There was another one inside.
Yes, there were 2 Mizbeachs. One Mizbeach on the outside and one Mizbeach on the inside. The one on the outside is called Mizbeach HaChitzon, the outer one. Or Mizbeach HaNechoshet, it was made out of copper. or Mizbach Ha'olah, the one of the burnt offering. The one on the inside was called Mizbach HaZahav, the golden one, because it was made out of gold, not copper. It was called Mizbach HaKetoret, because the Ketoret was the main one that used to be brought there. And Mizbach HaPanimi, the inner one, because it was inside the Echal, it was inside of the building.
It was for offering?
It was?
For offering also?
It was also for offerings, but it was special offerings.
Okay.
There's the ones which are on the inside and the one which are on the outside. There's special offerings. Okay? And according to Rabbi Meir, Ikule ola tamachzir, only that which was from a burnt offering, you're going to put it back onto the maracha gedolah, but you're not going to put it on a ikule ketoret. Titania Rav Chananya bar Menumim bidvi, Rabbi Eliezer ben Yaakov, right? The name of Rabbi Eliezer ben Yaakov, he says, Asher tochal et haolav et hamizbeach. What does that mean, right? That it's going to be consumed on the mizbeach. Hatamachzir. So he says only ikule ola you're going to put it back on the mizbeach, but you're not going to put back on the mizbeach ikule ketoret. Right, the leftovers of the ketoret. But according to everybody, you add on one of the maracha on Kippur. How do you know that? Meaning, according to everybody on Kippur, you always had one extra one. The question was it 4 and then became 5? Was it 3 became 4, or 2 it became 3? But according to everybody, you added one on. So how do you learn it from? From the vehaesh. And even according to the Man Damar, that doesn't make a drasha of the vav and he, they do make a drasha. Because it could have just said esh. Why did it say ve'ha'esh ala mizbeach tukadbo? Vav and hey was extra. So because the vav and the hey was extra, because it could have just been written esh ala mizbeach tukadbo. Why did it say ve'ha'esh ala mizbeach tukadbo? Comes to include that you're going to add on one for Kippur. Esh tamid lemayata. Why does the pasuk have to say esh tamid? So he says mibayle lechdetanya. Esh tamid means a constant fire. So he says we needed it because that which we learned in a Braita. Right? Ve'esh ala mizbeach tukadbo. The manacha shniya of ketoret is only going to be on the outside of mizbeach. Esh machta, the gachalim that you're going to take for kippurim, umenorah minayin, and the menorah. How do we know, right? That you have to bring it from the outside of the mizbeach. So he says it's a dinhu, it's a kal v'chomer. Nemra esh beketoret. It says esh by the ketoret, right? V'nemra esh b'machta v'menorah. It says esh by the machta, by the shovel and the menorah. Mala halan, just like over there by the ketoret of every single day, you have to bring the fire from the outside one. So to here, we're talking about that you're bringing it from the outside one. Okay, that means even the menorah and everything on Kippur is going to be lit from the outside mizbeach. Oklach lederech zo. Why don't you go the other direction? Nemra esh beketoret. It says esh by the ketoret. V'nemra esh b'machta v'menorah. And it says esh by the machta and the menorah, by the shovel and by menorah. Just like over there, it's going to be very close by. So to here, it's going to be close by. Tamulumar comes to teach you. Esh tamid to kol mizbeach lo tichpeh. What does that mean? The esh tamid shamarti lecha, the esh tamid that I already told you, lo tehela berosho shel mizbeach hachitzon, has to come from the top of the mizbeach hachitzon. Yeah, the outside one. So lemanu leesh lemenorah, but that's only by the fire of the menorah. Esh lemachta, the fire for the gechalim, for the shovel, which is going to be used for the coals and everything. How do we know? So it says it's also kavachomer. It says fire by the shovel and it says fire by the menorah. Just like over there, it's coming from the fire, which is coming from the menorah, is coming from the outside mizbeach. So to here, it's coming from the outside mizbeach. Or why don't we go the other way around? It says fire by a ketoret and it says fire by the shovel. Just like over there by the ketoret, it has to be the closest thing to it, which is the mizbeach hachitzon. So to here in Kippur and the Kodesh Kodashim has to be the closest thing to it, which is mizbeach hazahav, the inner one, the inner mizbeach, not the outer mizbeach. So to Malomar comes to teach you, v'lakach v'lamachta gachlesh me'al mizbeach lifnei Hashem, ezu mizbeach shemiksato lifnei Hashem ve'en kulo lifnei. Which mizbeach is a little bit in front of Hashem, but not the entire thing in front of Hashem? That's only mizbeach hachitzon, the outer one, because you have to remember that the outer one, right, part of it is considered the inner one. The entire thing is lifnei Hashem, in front of Hashem, but the outer one, part of it is not in front of Hashem. It's towards the outside. It's towards the outside part of the Beit HaMikdash, right? You remember the picture of the Beit HaMikdash.
Mm-hmm.
So it says over here, V'nemra esh. So it says it's written esh by both. Yeah. So he says Tamulma esh, right? Oklach derezu nemra esh bektoret, and it says esh b'machta v'menorah malahala b'samuchlo. Just like over there, it's going to be b'samuchlo. So to here, we're talking about the machta v'menorah. He's talking about samuchlo. So Tamulma comes to teach you esh tamid to mizbeach lo tichpeh. Esh tamid amarti lecha lo tele b'roshot shel mizbeach chitzon. The esh tamid always is going to be at the top of the mizbeach. Lamanu esh lamenorah. We learned the fire from the menorah. Esh l'machta minayin. How do we know the esh from the machta? So it says the Gemara, it's a dinu. Nemra esh v'machta v'nemra esh v'menorah. It says esh by the machta and also by the menorah. Mala halan, just like over there, mizbeach chitzon, it's going to be on the mizbeach chitzon. So to here, it's going to be on the mizbeach chitzon. Or klach lederech zo, go to this the other way. Nemra esh b'ketoret v'nemra esh b'machta. It says esh by the machta and it says esh by the ketoret. Mala halan, just like over there, b'samuchlo, it's close by. So to here, we're talking about it samuchlo. Tamulumar comes to teach you ולקח ממנו המחתה גח לאש מעל המזבח לפני השם. איזה הוא מזבח שמקצתו לפני השם ואין כולו לפני השם. Which מזבח is a little bit before Hashem and a little bit and not the entire thing in front of Hashem? מזבח החיצון. ויצריך למכתב and it has to be written מעל המזבח ויצריך למכתב לפני השם. Why? If it was only written מעל המזבח, הווה מן המזבח, my מזבח, מזבח הפנימי, the inner מזבח. כתב רחמנא מלפני השם, that's why it says מלפני השם. If it was only written לפני השם, I would have thought to say only דווקא מלפני השם. אבל מהי גיסא, מהי גיסא, מהם לא, but I would thought that it's not going to be from each side of the mizbeach. So tzricha, that's why you need both of them. Okay? As that Hashem, we continue tomorrow.